Should your goal be to SEO the content in your website? I'm wondering about that because I get a lot of people asking about it. So in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you why SEOing your content is idiotic and what you should actually be doing instead. I'm Janet. I am the owner of Expert SEO Masterclass and the Bartoli Consulting Group. I work with online service providers to get them big sales and traffic from the Google search engine directly to their website or whatever platform that they're working on. It could also be YouTube. In the next 4 minutes, I want to show you why SEOing your content is just dumb. So instead, what I want to show you is what you should actually be doing and how to think about the content within your website. And don't think of it from SEOing it. It should actually be thought of first from your customer's perspective. Always think about your customer first, because at the end of the day, it's the customer who is using the search engines to find specific answers to their question. And you want to be the answer engine for your next customer and for all of your future customers. And the way that we do that is we think about their search intent in any number of the pages within our website. So we have yourwebsite.com, and then you've got an industries pages. Typically, this is generally speaking a B2B website, for example. And so maybe you have the industries that you serve. Maybe it's healthcare or technology or hospitality, for example. And maybe you have a services page, and maybe you have detailed description about the variety of different types of services you offer. Maybe you have a blog, or you should, because that's where we're going to have sort of this answer engine kind of emanate from. And when you think about top of funnel or people who are starting their search, maybe they're starting research on a particular service or something that they're looking to fulfill within their own business, and they're basically trying to look for you. Without looking for a web developer near me, if they're not actually using that, maybe they want to understand what kinds of questions should I ask when interviewing a web development agency. You might see that as a people also ask. And so when you're conducting just a general search in Google, type in a general search without using your brand and just see what people are also asking about. And it might be, what kinds of questions to ask a web developer? How do I know if I need a content overhaul and hiring a copywriter to help me with that? So these are the kinds of questions that you should be answering so that you can be found for those different types of results. Also, frequently asked questions. Really great place to not only have it maybe inside the blog itself, but also maybe in the frequently asked questions. Maybe you have a whole category of frequently asked questions and just listing them all out. And then you can also bonus add in the schema tag in there, which is just some code that kind of helps Google really interpret and understand the context of what it is your frequently asked questions have in your answers, and just kind of making sense out of it so that when someone is searching for something very commonly asked, you show up in the search results. And that's a simplification of what actually happens. But I told you I have 4 minutes, and I've got another minute left that I really want to explain. Another place is obviously just asking your customers. Asking those customers when you have strategy sessions or when you're on a specific client call with them, that you will hear them ask certain questions. I know I do. Many of my clients will say, this might be a dumb question, but does it make sense if we add a subdomain, for example? And so it gives me really great insight into the way that they're thinking. And it's very probably also common that many others are thinking the very same thing. If they're getting ready to change something in their website, they don't know that it may have major SEO implications. So they might ask me that, which would be a really great thing for me to do, is to maybe write an article on it or shoot a YouTube video on what my client might have asked me, and I can create new content that I can be associated with and be found for. So always think about your client, number one, and don't think about Google as the one you're trying to SEO the content for. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you have any questions, or if you want anything, if you have a frequently asked question yourself about anything I've talked about, drop a comment below and I'm happy to answer it.